Hello! What's going on, everybody? What's going on, my new subscribers? What's going on, my longtime fans? This is just a bonus video that I decided to do for all the new people that have recently been checking out my YouTube page or have recently became friends with me on Facebook or through YouTube or whatever other social media outlets are out there. A special bonus video just for you guys to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. I just realized that I have not done sort of a video like this in quite some time to overall break down who I am and what my channel's about. So, of course, I'm Jazzy Jeff. And honestly, the two big things that my channel is about, if I had to say, is entertainment, something to get you away from, the day in and day out of, drudgery of work and, or just kind of get you away from something bad that's happening in the real world. And then number two is just to create positivity and laughter. There's nothing that I enjoy more than laughing and just having a good time. Watching something fun, listening to something funny, burping, anything that's going to put somebody in a good mood or put a smile on their face. That is what really makes me happy at the end of the day. So that aside, that's pretty much what this YouTube channel is for. It's just another kind of entertainment outlet, but there's no one thing that I'm always focusing on. I like to try to switch it up as much as possible. Lately, I've kind of fallen into this trading card kind of realm where I've been doing these trading card openings, and they've been a lot of fun, but I definitely want to start focusing on other things that I collect and also just start doing videos on other fun things. So stay tuned. I have a lot planned, but I don't want to get too into detail about that just in case I decide not to do it. For example, I was planning on doing a podcast. Unfortunately, that fell through. So I don't want to talk about things like that and get people excited only to find out that I'm not doing it. So I'd rather just keep hush on my future plans. But I tell you right now, the one thing that will be happening is I want to bring back my DVD drinking review series, and I would really like to maybe do sort of a remake of that because I did that a few years ago. I don't think many people saw those videos. They're on my YouTube channel. You can go on there and check them out. But they could have been edited better and they could have been a little more concise. This was years ago when I was still trying to get into the whole viral video thing, and I don't really think I know what I was doing. I don't really know what I'm doing now, but I knew less what I was doing then. That being said, a lot of people seem to like the trading card reviews, and I definitely like them too. But I am going to be coming to an end with that series pretty soon, like I said, to focus on some other projects. But I may definitely bring it back for a season 4 and so forth. But this season, season 3, might be the final season. But like I said, I have other things that I plan on working on, so don't get too bummed out. But first up on the odds and ends cards that I didn't get a chance to get around to, and I tried to incorporate them in my other videos, but because of time or the video just going on too long, I decided just to cut them out altogether. And they were also cards that I didn't have a ton to talk about, or didn't have a ton to say, but they're cool nonetheless. So, for example, I came across this comic book called Dracula, Vlad the Impaler, from the early 90s. And I love any kind of horror cards, or, well, excuse me, I love any kind of horror comics or Dracula or monster related comic books. Doesn't matter what year they're from, doesn't matter who made them. I just find them really interesting. Horror comics have definitely disappeared over the years from the world of comic books, and it's funny because looking back at one point in like the 50s and 60s, that's pretty much all there was horror comics. And if it wasn't for the horror comics, the industry really wouldn't be around today, and I don't think it would have as strong of a backbone as it has because of it. And I'm one of those people that really appreciates those comics, but unfortunately, because of the worth of them, they're extremely rare, they're extremely hard to find, and of course, they're extremely expensive. So I don't always get a chance to read the classics, but thankfully, whenever I come across any comics from the 80s or 90s and they're horror related, they're usually extremely cheap, and they're usually easy to find in bargain bins at yard sales, flea markets, thrift stores, or even Comic Cons. We have, like I said, Dracula Vlad the Impaler trading cards. These cards came free with the comic book that I found at a convention that I went to. And right off the bat, I just want to say, whenever there's something free with the comic book, I just like lose my shit. And I just get it. It doesn't matter if it's something that's good. It doesn't matter like what it is. I just get it because it's free and it's with a comic book. So it's awesome. Another cool thing is these three particular cards, when you put them together, I've talked about this before, it makes a giant puzzle or mini poster per se. So definitely really cool. It's always super cool when they make a picture, and almost every trading card series does that. So anyhow, those are the cards. So they're really neat looking. Really, some of them are kind of gory, kind of brutal, and just really cool overall. So those are the Vlad the Impaler cards. Sorry if I spent too long on those. Okay, up next, this was pretty neat. I came across this in a Valent/Image comic book that I got free. I thought there was some more stuff like this that I found, but I guess not. But this I thought was really neat because it's from 1993. These things have become a lot more popular and a lot more, well, it's kind of a weird thing. It's sort of more popular now, but it isn't. And I guess I'll explain that. So what this is a cardboard advertisement. So first of all, back in the 90s, obviously even, 80s, 70s going back, there was no other advertising other than physical advertisements. So, for example, with a lot of stores, especially comic book stores, video game stores, things of that nature, video rental stores, they had to get POP sent in from the business, from whoever, runs the business or a franchise or whatever. So they could advertise upcoming movies, video games, different releases and stuff. So this is what this is. This is an advertisement for upcoming Deathmate. But the thing that makes it really interesting is it's an advertisement for the upper deck. So when you went up to the cash register, these would be on there, and they would be displayed somewhere that you could pick this up. So it was free advertisement, but it was also something free to take home, And over time, this stuff started piling up at stores, and it got overlooked. And I'm sure there was a lot of stores that threw it out because they didn't have any room in the store, because you don't want to put a million things on the counter. But this is from 1993. I just thought it was really neat. You can pause the video if you want and read the back of that. But it's just really cool looking. And, like, of course, me always being the thrift shopper, bargain bin person, I was raised like that. I was actually a pretty big fan of Valiant Comics as well as Image Comics, who were nowhere near as big as Marvel or DC. But I thought they had some really great comics, some really great series. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, stuff like this is still around, but it's just like everything, it's become extremely mainstream. So whenever I go to the comic book store now, they still have stuff like this out, but it's usually for like really stupid stuff, or they have a ton of it, and it's almost like overkill because it's just like in a big giant mess. And most of the time, it's advertising stuff that doesn't need to be advertised, or it's stuff that's already advertised a whole lot online, so it's like overkill at that point. So, like, even stuff like this has changed over time, because, it was, before the internet, they only had kind of particular things. Now with the internet, I feel like this physical media has died, because you could find out about this stuff online almost on any website, anywhere, anytime. However, stuff that is advertised now, they still do stuff like this, but like I said, they do it for things that are already super popular. So it doesn't make any sense to me, like, why they're advertising for the new Batman or the new Superman or the new Spider-Man or whatever, or the fucking movies. It's like, we already know about this. Like, why don't you advertise for something that nobody knows anything about, like Deathmate trading cards, So that's what I meant by it's sort of a weird kind of thing that is from the past. So once again, whenever I come across something like that, it's just super cool. So, I don't know. I didn't talk too long, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys who have been subscribing, and hopefully I'll get more subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel. Just watching me and just clicking like, or even leaving a comment, or even sharing me is supporting my channel. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, and I hope that I can make your day a little brighter and a little funnier. So keep an eye out for one more bonus video from me. And as I always say, I'm Jazzy Jeff. These are trading cards, and if you didn't know, now you know. Thanks for watching.